Hey travelers, welcome back to the channel. In this video of Traveler's Corner, I sit down with two of the four from the Cruise Buoys, Justin and Tristan. Let's get to know them. Justin and Tristan, thank you so much for joining me here on Traveler's Corner.
Thank you for inviting us.
Not a problem. Please let everyone know about yourselves and your channel.
So I'll start. I'm Justin. I'm 1/3 of the Cruise Buoys, which is our channel. We started our channel back in May last year.
We're a quartet.
Oh, we are a quartet. I forgot Bunny. Sorry, we did have an extra member. So we started our channel back in May 2020, so last year, and it's a vlog about our adventures on cruises, and we sort of take a bit of an angle from a family angle as well. So yeah,
I'm Tristan. I'm the other, I don't know,
25%
of the group. I'm the one that does all the technology, all the editing, all the technical stuff. But yeah, that's kind of us.
He's the technical, I'm the beauty.
Josh is the beauty. You're just along for the ride. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. So, into the hard-hitting question. Why do you travel?
Why do we travel? I travel because of work a lot. No. I love cultures, and I think that's the best thing. Is I think growing up with my parents, they instilled into me that going off the beaten track as well, it was always something with my parents, and I think doing that more and more now is what's kind of started that love for travel, and why I love traveling. It's just exploring weird, strange places,
wonderful places. Exactly.
Yeah, people may not have heard of, and finding those little gems of like a beach or a restaurant that you've had something that's just truly amazing.
Yeah, we also wanted to bring Josh up with a cultural awareness. So we have, as you can hear from myself, being Australian, we have quite a very multicultural family. So I just think it's important for him to experience different cultures, different languages, different food, and to realise that although we live in a country or a town, that there's a wider world out there, and we're part of that worldwide community as well.
Amazing, amazing. So, with all your travel behind you, what's your favorite way to travel and why?
Cruising, obviously.
Yeah, I mean cruising.
I think we asked this to Josh earlier, and actually the first thing he said was business class, which I thought was a fantastic answer. I was like, that's such a good answer, Josh. But I think, yeah, that has to be up there. But I do think cruising is, for me, actually is one of the best ways that I've found to travel, just because you can see so many different places and you only unpack once. It's amazing.
Yeah,
you have to pack again, sadly, but it's only unpacking once, which is great.
Yeah, I mean the beauty of it is that you go to sleep one night, you wake up the next day, and you can be in a completely different country, different culture, and just get out and explore. You just see so much of the world.
Yeah, that's one of the highlights of a cruise. You're in a different place every single day, and you can see the world a lot quicker. So with that, what has been your favorite country to visit and why?
I'll go first. Mine was a non-cruise. This is before I got into cruising. But I had the opportunity to go to Vietnam, and that was a country that I'd never thought I would go to. It's just coincidental. I was booking trips and travel with some friends, and someone suggested to me, why don't you try Vietnam? And it was just, it was amazing. It just really blew my mind. The people, the culture, it was just so different to what I'd experienced before. And I did go at a time, so I went about 10, 12 years ago, so before the mass tourism. So it was a really great cultural experience.
Wow.
For me, I kind of got two, which is a bit cheating, I know, but they are on opposite sides of the world to each other, so I think that's kind of
okay.
But I think it's a toss-up really for me between Singapore, which was amazing to go to, and I so want to get back there. We need to go back to Singapore.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think probably just pipping it maybe a bit was going to Brazil and to South America. That was so different to what I expected, but such an amazing place, and the people were so friendly. I just thought, I don't know why, I had this image that they'd all be really busy and not want to talk or spend any time and do anything, and actually they were really friendly. Like, I was lost on the street one day, and this lady like actually took me to our offices, and like I was like, "Come this way." It's like, okay.
Wow. So, with all those countries visited, do you have a specific place that is your favorite, and why?
It's really hard to. That's a hard one, isn't it? Was there any specific place which you found amazing that you went to, or that you'd go back to? I think a place that I would, which isn't one of my favorite countries, a place that I went to that I really enjoyed was we had the opportunity to go to Porto in Portugal, and that just really blew my mind. It was just it was so colourful, it was lively. I love the Portuguese culture, the food, the whole lot. And I had been to southern Portugal, which is a bit more touristy, but up in the north it was a little bit more sort of relaxed and a bit more sort of Portuguese. So yeah, I mean, I know, but Porto was it was a stunning city. It was really nice.
I think the rainforest for me in southeast Queensland was amazing. I'd never thought of Australia for some reason as having rainforests, but it was so cool. It probably helps that it's where he was from, so you know, he was like, "Oh yeah, big it up." But yeah, it's just so, I don't know, so different, so not like a place I'd ever been to before.
Interesting. Okay. So, with all those places visited, is there one specific thing that you've done that you've enjoyed?
Yeah, and once again, it's not the country or the city that I just mentioned before. Probably one of the best experiences I would have had was when we went on. Was it called the Flow Barn? The Flem Barn. Flomsbana, which is in Norway. Yeah. That
we
was
probably just massacred that.
Sorry.
Anyone that watches this from Norway, we're so sorry. It's Flom, we know that.
But it's the Flomburger. The Flomsbana. Yeah, that's right. That was a truly an amazing experience. We went to Norway at a really great time of year. It was May, so the snow was melting. So we had like waterfalls, we had snow, we had everything when we went on that trip. And then to catch the train right from the top of the mountain and then come down and see the valley, it was spectacular. It was one of the biggest highlights of my life.
You mean hurtle down?
Well, hurtle down.
Hurtle down the rickety wooden
rail track, yeah.
Mine was the same in Norway, but it was actually on the next day after. I think it was the day after.
Yeah.
We went up and walked up and trekked up, I should say, a glacier, so Brickstall Glacier, and it was amazing. Although actually kind of sad to see how much it's retreated and how much it's melted back, but I don't know, glaciers are really cool.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I'd never seen anything like that before, and just to see, and the water that goes that kind of almost luminous blue colour. Yeah, it's just like something out of this world, but yet it's water.
And it was it was a grey day, and it was like raining, but as we walked past, it was like waterfalls everywhere. It was it was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I can just imagine the beauty that's over there. Wow. So, with all your travel behind you, do you guys eat local?
Absolutely. Always. We always eat local.
In fact, the dodgier looking the place, you'll probably find us there. Like, we were just before Christmas. We were like going in Malta. We love Malta, but we just found this like such a dodgy looking like restaurant off the beaten track, and Justin was like, "Are you sure like this could give us food poisoning?" I was like, "We've got to go in there." We were in there, and the guy started talking to us and showing us these pictures of all these famous people that have been there.
Yeah,
and we were like, "No way!" And like he actually got our pictures of him with like
the celebrities,
like different like politicians, Madonna,
all these
like Cher, of course.
And it was just like a family-run sort of local. It looked a bit run down, but to be quite honest, the food was really good. But we always tend to eat local, and we encourage. I mean, we're so lucky with Josh because he's not a fussy eater. He eats everything. I say he's got a seafood diet. He sees it and he eats it. So,
especially
which is
if
good.
It's seafood.
And seafood, of course. But I just think it's just so important, you know, to give him like different flavors of the world. And he loves it. He just laps it up as well. So yeah.
Amazing. Has there been anything that you've eaten that you've been like, oh my God, I need to have that again?
I think for me, it has to be in Hong Kong, having the I think they're called like bubble waffle pancakes or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And they're like and they're egg waffle pancakes. They look like little, instead of like the usual bumps of a waffle, the bumps are like egg shaped.
Yeah.
It's amazing. They're absolutely fantastic. I think probably more dodgy, but was really tasting good, but looked awful, was the whole deep fried squid, which looked like a face hugger from Alien, but it tasted fantastic. But it looked like something like it was a face hugger. I was like, I'm a little bit worried to eat this, but it tasted fantastic.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. Probably.
You're not as adventurous as me on this.
No, unfortunately, I'm the one with the food intolerances, so I've always got to check to see before I eat. But I can, I'll give anything a try. I'll try anything. I mean, some of the food, I think in Singapore, I would say the food was just amazing. It was like every sort of culinary experience from all over Asia, and it was amazing. The food was just top notch there. It was really, really good.
Wow, very nice. So, is there a dream location that you want to visit?
Only I could book it. He won't let me. Well, no, we have too many holidays booked in a minute. But
yeah,
I really, really, really want to go to Alaska.
Yeah, I think that's
I
one of
I
our.
want to cruise Alaska, and I want to do kind of like a lodge stay and actually a bit on land as well. I want to really. I think if we're from the UK, if we're going to travel that distance, we want to do it kind of properly.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So I think that's one of them that we've been speaking about. We've talked about Asian cruises as well, but where I really want to go to, and Tristan's had the opportunity to go to Brazil already, but I'd love to do sort of that South American coastline. I just think that would just be amazing. I'm really sort of interested in sort of the real sort of South American culture. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it'd be good just to go that little bit further down and have a look and see what it's got to offer, really. So yeah.
Amazing, both of them beautiful places to visit. So I'm there with you. So, is there any places that you have been to that you're dying to go back to?
I think Singapore, we said.
Definitely Singapore.
Definitely Singapore. We really, really want to go. I went there probably about 10 years ago, and I enjoyed it then, and then I went back 10 years later. It totally changed, and once again it was a fantastic city.
It was like 3 or 4 years ago we went.
Well, 3 or 4 years ago, but it was 10 years ago when I went the first time. So but it's an amazing city. It's just, there's so much to do, so much to see, and it's just so alive. The city is just so alive. It's great.
Similar vein to that as well. Somewhere that we always love to go back to is Malta. We love Malta so much.
Yeah,
we could just, I think, have holidays there. If they said there was only one location you could have a holiday for the rest of your life, it would be Malta.
Absolutely.
I'd like Malta. It has to be Malta.
Yeah, and not just Malta. We actually we travelled to the island of Gozo, and Gozo's even slower than Malta. Mm-hmm. It's a different world, totally different world, but we just love it. We really, really love it.
Wow. All right, so with all your travel and experience behind you, is there one tip that you could give a brand new person traveling or those experienced travelers out there? What is one of your major travel tips?
There's never such a thing as having too many adapters. Especially in this day. That, and always carry some headache tablets, some paracetamol, aspirin, some form of painkiller, and a bottle of water or a refillable bottle.
Yeah.
I carry the metal refillable bottles all the time.
Yeah.
The amount of travel that I did pre-pandemic, a water bottle and some headache pills are a godsend after like an 8-9 hour flight, and all you want is to take a paracetamol and go to bed.
Especially in hot countries, I mean, you can never have enough water. When we were recently in Rome, in Civitavecchia, we went on a tour and we had like heaps of water, and it still wasn't enough. We were basically parched, so you couldn't have enough water. Another travel tip I think Tristan would probably say is don't let me pack your bag, because you'll be sure that it's totally overpacked, and you'll come home with half the stuff not even worn. So
you'll be overpacked, but strangely enough missing a lot of the things you actually need.
You're always.
And then you'll also find that you'll go through security and they'll say, "Do you have any liquids in your bag?" And you go, "No." Oh, apart from the deodorant, the hand
hand
gel,
the sunscreen.
the sunscreen. Yeah, he's a good one for putting sunscreen. He just like slips the sunscreen in my bag, and I go through like the airport security, and they're like, "Do you have any liquids in the bag?" I'm like, "No." Especially when I've packed it, I'm like, "No." And he's like, "We're going through it." And he's like, "Oh, I put the sunscreen in there." I'm like, whilst I'm getting like the full pat down search, I'm like, "Thanks, Justin."
It's that embarrassing time as the bag goes through, and you see it, and it sort of either goes off to where you can just go and grab it and pack it, or it goes off to someone who's going to search through your bag. And I just watch it all the time, just sort of chug off to the right. I'm like, oh no, what have I left in there?
It's always
Oh
Justin.
dear. Oh my. Well, Justin and Tristan, thank you so much for joining me here on Traveler's Corner. Please let everyone know where they can find you.
Yeah, so we're on Instagram. So we're Cruise Buoys. That's BOUYS. Yes, there we go. I'll just stand up so I can show you. Cruise Buoys. We're also found on YouTube, and we're going to try and set up sort of a website as well. Might do a little bit of blogging there. Twitter we haven't gotten onto yet, but mainly a lot of our ventures you can find us on YouTube
Or Instagram.
or Instagram.
Instagram when we're there, YouTube
whilst we're
and I
not.
can edit it.
Wonderful. Again, thank you so much, guys, for joining me.
Oh, what amazing, amazing guys. And don't worry, I'll never forget about Bunny. Now, if you haven't yet, head down to the description, click their link, and subscribe to their YouTube channel. Some amazing cruise videos go out with them, and they are just amazing. So guys, I'm gonna see you next time here